Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol INNT. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually just today's price action, Monday, broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to do this time frame that does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price and then makes mapping out levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. And a couple different ways you could use to describe this. The first is, I'm not saying this towards the company because I don't know anything about the company, so it's being stated towards how the price is acted. So from a price action perspective, this thing was an absolute pump and dump today. Another way you could call this a gap and trap. But any way you look at it, just absolute purely bloodshed. You don't like to see these sorts of moves because you know that there is a bunch of new traders that were buying this area of the chart right here. You know there's a bunch of new traders that are like, oh, this thing is bouncing, I'm buying right there. And those people just got absolutely slaughtered. And you don't like to see that. You don't like to see money get sucked away from those sorts of situations. But it is what it is. It has happened. Now, this does create an interesting setup, and this will mean a little bit more to those of you that have traded for a while. But if you have traded for a while, then I'm sure you've seen situations like this, gap and trap, pump and dump, whatever you want to call it, where it's pure bloodshed, and all of a sudden the price starts to show a potential bottom, and then the price can produce some very interesting, bounce backs. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean it goes back to where it was, but like I said, you know what I mean if you traded for a while, and that's what we have here. So very clearly, lots of bloodshed, and then the latter part of the day, the price started to show maybe some sideways movement. Now, this could very well be a pause before, it continues to collapse. So as always, risk management, risk analysis, discipline, all that, very, very important here. But if this is some sort of bottom, then yeah, things could present an interesting scenario going forward. So as far as just kind of support levels are concerned, and there's nothing fancy behind this other than the fact that the bleeding essentially stopped today right here around $1.55. So $1.55 will be that key area of support. But in the event this does bounce, the two key levels to keep a close eye on from a resistance standpoint, initial one right there, the pink line there, which is the 200 period simple moving average, currently valued at $1.81. And then the other level, if the price can really gain some more momentum, would be that purple line there, the 50 period moving average, and that is currently valued at $1.90. So keep an eye on those levels if there is some sort of bounce, but there's no doubt about it. Right now, the price is getting some sideways price movement, and if this is, the bottom getting chipped away, then we'll see if this is can produce some sort of upwards movement or not. But a pretty interesting scenario going forward. But again, definitely got to be very good at managing risk for setups like this one. One of the biggest questions that I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.